My dear friends and ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome back to day number 37. Yesterday, we moved on to a new chapter. Although it looked so simple, we understood that many of us make most of the mistakes in the usage of this part of speech of English, that is the preposition. We then learn to use a preposition to connect one noun to another noun, one noun with a verb, and to connect a noun with an adjective. We further learned that a clause or adverb of time or adverb of place could be an object of a preposition. Then we went on to do an exercise to fill in the blanks with a suitable preposition because prepositions play a vital role in making meaningful sentences. Understand? Meaningful sentences. Today, let's see the answers for yesterday's exercise, and then we shall see the placement of correct prepositions before certain particular words. So now let us see the answers for do it yourself exercise done yesterday. The first, his professional ability proves that he is cut out for this job. Cut out. So cut out is a preposition. So his professional ability proves that he is cut out for this job. Number two, the history of Hindu religion dates from ancient times. The history of Hindu religion dates from ancient times. Number three, now the government servants have the day off every Sunday. Day off holiday. Day off means holiday. Now the government servants have the day off every Sunday. Number four, nothing can deter him from pursuing his aim of life. Deter, stop. Nothing can stop him. Nothing can deter him from pursuing his aim of life. Number five, after the death of his father, the responsibility has devolved on him and on his shoulder. So the responsibility has devolved, come around, bestowed upon. So the responsibility has devolved on him. Number six, in accordance with the advice of a doctor, in accordance with a phrase. In accordance with the advice of a doctor, she is on diet. She is not in diet, she is on diet. 7. Normally, he stays up. He stays up until 11 p.m. these days. Normally, he stays up until 11 p.m. these days. Number 8. No one believes him because he is false of heart. No one believes him because he is false of heart. Number 9. The officials have the habit of fanning on ministers. Fanning. The officials have the habit of fanning on ministers. Now, check your answers, which you have done yesterday, with that of my answers, and find out how many mistakes or how many correct questions have you done correctly. Now, check up the answers. Most of you might have done correctly, except one or two mistakes. Don't worry. Mistakes are bound to be there because we are learners. While we learn, we commit mistakes. We learn from our mistakes. So, Anubavangal Padichadu. We learn from our mistakes. So, let us learn more and let us avoid mistakes in future. Now, let us move on to understand placement of prepositions before particular words is very, very important. Placement of certain, the right preposition before certain particular words. Travel and movements. What are the prepositions? Travel and movement. What are the prepositions we use? From, to, at, in, by, on, into, unto, of, out of, etc. So these are the prepositions used to denote travel and movement. For example, we travel daily by bus. We travel daily by bus from Nagarkoil to Tirunelveli. We travel daily by bus from Nagarkoil to Tirunelveli. If there's a change of prepositions, the meaning will change. See, Ramu is getting into the bus to go to Chennai. Getting into the bus. Into means motion. By bus, into the bus. By bus, into the bus, so motion. Sita is moving from her seat to Ramu, to meet Ramu out of curiosity. Out of is a two-word preposition. Sita is moving from her seat to meet Ramu out of curiosity. All these are also prepositions. Please understand. Without prepositions, no. These are all prepositions. And this we are regularly using the prepositions. But what I said is out of, into, the special prepositions. But now let's see. Arrive at, arrive in, get to. Get to means reach. Get to means reach. See, arrive at, almost all are synonyms. All are synonyms, same in meaning. Arrive at, arrive in, get to, etc. Example, they arrived in India in March this year. They arrived in India, arrived in India in March. They said during March or in March. They arrived in India in March this year. I arrived at Ramanpudur. At Ramanpudur in Nagarkoil. Both are places. Ramanpudur is a place, Nagarkoil is a place. So I arrived at Ramanpudur in Nagarkoil. When you talk about 2 or 3 places, put at for the smaller places and in for the bigger places. For example, I live in Neshamari Nagar, at Nagarkoil in Kanyakumari district. Or she lives at Perambur in Chennai. So I live at Tamil Nadu in India. Something like that. So bigger places at and smaller places, bigger places in, smaller places at. This is how to use. Both are same in meaning. At and in, same in meaning. There's little change. I am at the bus stand. I am at the shop because I am near the shop. I am at the shop. I am in the shop. Already I am in the shop. So little difference is there. But here, when talking about the place at and in, change interchangeably. Three, Ram reached his house. Ram reached his house at Pakyam Street. See, at Pakyam Street, at Krishnan Koil in Nagarkoil. Ram reached his house at Pakyam Street at Krishnan Koil in Nagarkoil. See next one more thing. Let's see some more examples of placement of the right preposition before certain particular words. For example, there's no preposition before home. Home, home without preposition. They went home by bus. Before home, no preposition is required. Not they went to home, wrong. They went to home is wrong. They went home by bus. They went, no preposition before, no preposition before to home. Number two, see, they went to school by bus. They went to school, but before home, no preposition. By bus, by is a preposition. Here also by bus. Okay. I go home by cycle. No preposition before home. I go home by cycle. Not I go to home. Whereas I go to the house by to the house. Go home, go to the house. You understand the difference? Before home, no preposition is required. No preposition is required. She returned home late today. She returned home late today. Returned home, not returned to home. There is no preposition. Returned home today. And now above and over. Both are higher than. Meaning above and over. So above and over. See, so there are some differences of usage. I put a sheet over his body. I put a sheet over his body. There's a bridge over the river. There's a bridge over the river or across the river. There's a bridge across the river or over the bridge, river. And the sky is above our heads. No touch. Here over, there's a touching the body. Here touching both sides of the banks of the river. Here, no touch. Above. I have friends all over the world. I have friends all over the world. Corona is spreading all over the world. So now see the preposition over, over his body, over the river, above our heads, all over the world, all over the world. So here the over and above and over, how to use, very, very important. When to use over, when to use. Let's move on to see some more examples. Let's move on to see some more examples. Here, under, below, and beneath. All are same in meaning. Under, below, and beneath. Under, below, and beneath. All same in meaning almost. Examples, let's see some examples. She kept her savings beneath her bed. She kept her savings beneath her bed. So, beneath. The old man was crushed under the car. Crushed under. Crushed over, say, kept beneath, crushed under. I live below poverty line. Below. I live below poverty line, beneath, under, below. The chappals are below the shoes in the rack. The chappals are below the shoes in the rack. The chappals are below the shoes in the rack. They live below our house in the apartments. Apartment, you know of the apartment. So they live below, not below poverty line, below our house in the apartments. So below. I am the manager of the band. I am the manager of the band. He works under me. He works under me. He works under me. He thinks that to work under him is beneath his dignity under him. See the use of under, below, beneath. Beneath, under, below. Below, below, under. So how to use these words? Certain prepositions to denote time and date. What are the prepositions to denote time and date? At, on, by, in, from, etc. are used to denote time and date. For example, at dusk, at noon, at dusk, at noon, at dusk, at noon, at midnight, at 5 o'clock, etc. Okay. Now let us see some examples. We left our home on the evening of 6th June at 5 p.m. On the evening of. On the evening of 6th date at 5 p.m. We reached Nagarjuil by bus at noon time. At noon by bus at noon time, before time. So time at noon. My birthday is on the 5th of November. Date. On the 5th of November. On the 5th of November. You can see the stars well at midnight. At midnight. You can see the stars well at midnight. You can see the stars well at midnight. If you reach Kanyakumari at dawn, dawn means before sunrise. Let's see some more examples. Time and dates. Time and dates. At, on, by, in, from, etc. are used to denote time and dates. Let's see some examples. At dusk, at dusk, at noon, at midnight, at 5 o'clock, etc. At dusk, at noon, at midnight, at 5 o'clock, etc. Let us see some examples. I left home on the evening of 6th June at 5 p.m. I left our home. I left home on the evening of 6th June at 5 p.m. Time and date. Time and date. We reach Nagarkoil by bus. We reach by at noon. We reach Nagarkoil by bus at noon. We reach Nagarkoil by bus at noon. My birthday is on the 5th of November. My birthday is on the 5th of November. My birthday is on the 5th of November. You can see the stars well at midnight. You can see the stars well at midnight. You can see the stars well at midnight. If you reach Kanyakumari at dusk, at dawn, if you reach at dawn, you can see the sunrise. So at dawn means before the sunrise. So before the sunrise, immediately before sunrise is called dawn. Immediately after sunset is called dusk. So at dawn, at dusk. At dawn, at dusk. Usually I go out with my friends, to the ground and return back at dusk. Return back home at dusk. Usually I go out with my friends to the ground and return back home at dusk. I always drink a cup of coffee in the morning in my house with my parents. I always drink a cup of coffee in the morning in my house with my parents. Let's see some more examples of time. For example, on time, in good time. On time, in time.